So what better way to work through imposter syndrome than to force yourself to do it, right? So I'm going to do a what you need to know now reading. These are the Universe Celtic Tarot cards, and as they fall, I'm going to let them go. There they are. The bottom of the deck is the King of Cups. Could be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. What I'm very drawn to is the little wood nymphs, the little fairies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5. Is that the 6th? Yes, there's, could be a 6th one right there. Now that 6 makes me think of, don't laugh, I'm thinking of the 6 of Pentacles, but about balance. So let's see. And those of you who are into numerology, if you want to put in what you think, let me know. So the first card is the 9 of Pentacles. Though you have enough money. That's not even a question. You are definitely productive and you are creating wealth. The only thing missing is the 10. And when it comes to that, let's see where we go from there. So you are working on your wealth. Okay. Let's see here. The next is the Ace of Cups. So, love offer, something that is very emotionally fulfilling. Now, when I say love, could it be romantic? Absolutely. Does it have to be? No. The next is the 5 of Pentacles. That's that feeling of being left out. Now, interestingly enough, we have these little shapes here, which I believe are the Trinity. The Trinity is, you can call it whatever you want, but I grew up in a Catholic family where it was the Father, the Son, and a Holy Ghost. But it could be the maid, the maiden, and the crone, depending on how you look at it. The 5 of Pentacles is generally that feeling of being left out, although when you're being left out, they are usually walking in front of that window for the nice warm church. So it's their choice not to walk in. To me, it's just another form of isolation. But because it's pentacles, it's more literal, and it's keeping yourself from the comforts, keeping yourself from a warm, comfortable home, a comfortable job, a comfortable something. Because if you notice, she's leaning against a rock, a mountain. There's this green path lit all the way over to, the moon is lighting it up. I'm sorry, I had dark nail polish on and it stained my fingers. But there's a path that's lit. Now, keep in mind with the moon, there is a full moon today. Started this morning in the Eastern Standard Time. So there's a path that's being lit, but the moon can represent fears of what's on the other side. What do they say? Better the devil you know than the devil you don't know. And here we have the 5 of Wands. Well, you know, this really is in keeping with this Aries full moon that's going on. The 5 of Wands can be arguing, bickering. Everybody's got something to say. And as you can see, it's almost like what does they say? The squeaky wheel gets the grease. And here we have all this fire, you know, and here they are trying to fight the dragon. But she's just standing here. She doesn't look like she's doing anything, this one. And here we have this one who has, pardon, I'm trying to get it in line here. And here she has her stick raised, her wand. Where are the other 2? I see 3 wands. I don't see a 5th, a 4, and a 5. So, wow. So if you are working against 2 dragons, right? And there are only 3 wands in this 5 of Wands fight. My question is where are the other 2? So are you making this more difficult than you have to? Are you really the issue in this maybe? Let's put this down together. Now the overall arching thing is the King of Cups. So maybe this is about getting your emotions in order because you are being productive, you are working, but you're keeping yourself secluded. you're kind of having an argument. I feel like this is almost internal because the Ace of Cups is here. There is the opportunity for your cup to runneth over, this feeling of, you know, the Ace of Cups. Now, interestingly enough, what I am suddenly noticing is this thing, I'll say thing because he doesn't exactly look human, is almost drowning. So is there an overwhelming, is there a fear of being overwhelmed? Is someone over loving you? That sounds like a stupid thing to say, but so I am aware of people who try to control those they love, not because they just want to control, but because the fear that something is going to happen to them is very traumatizing. And so their only way to control it is to control everything around them. And so that could feel suffocating, okay? Barely shuffled. I'm gonna put them back. I don't really wanna take those. So, goodness gracious, the cards want to speak. So keeping in mind that this is what you need to know on this day of the full moon. Let's see, what else whoever watches this, what else do they need to know? The Four of Pentacles. See, you need to stop. Now, this Four of Pentacles is not about being holding down or holding too tight like the traditional. This Four of Pentacles is more similar to, I want to say almost like the Four of Cups. You have to sit. You have to meditate. You have to think. Ignore everything that's going on. Ignore now. Birds, like in the Lenormand cards, are about gossip. So maybe what you do is need to ignore all that outside voices. And that rabbit, if you are like me and you tend to be a little ADD and have a hard time sitting down, this is telling that you need to stop. Stop and really focus. What is it that you are creating? What do you want? What do you want your Four Pentacles to be the foundation of? And I always see the webs. Because what the webs are is the webs are your connections to yourself, to those around you, to your feelings, everything. One more card. Okay, another card. So on this crazy, busy full moon day, what's another card? What do we have here? We have the Ace of Swords with the Strength card. So to me, this talks about the Ace of Swords is an offer sometimes in publishing, and maybe the strength is to be yourself. Now keep in mind, this was a reading to help me overcome my imposter syndrome. So this could speak to, I see two stories here. This could speak to not having the fear to put out what I believe, what I see, having the strength to tame that fear, the beast, the lion. Could also involve discussing something possibly with a lion, someone who has that lion personality or is a Leo. The other story that's here, keeping in with this overwhelming feeling of, you know, being overwhelmed by someone else's over-loving or controlling appearance, is to have the strength to stand up and say what you have to say. Keep them, I think of them as they're blustering, this is all that wind, to keep them at bay. Have the strength to be you, to come out. And I see this tunnel is coming out because the light is coming in. If he can subdue that lion, he can walk out of that cave. So this may have to do also with being yourself. That fear of being yourself, because I don't know about you, being yourself, as I have said, with the imposter syndrome is hard to do. And in this deck, the bottom of the deck is the Three of Pentacles, and that's working together. So what this is saying is accept help in your effort to become you, whether you are also overcoming your imposter syndrome, or whether you are trying to overcome an overpowering, over-loving, over-controlling person, you may need to ask for help. But really, the only person, if you ask me, that really can help you in this situation is you. It's you. And as I say that, I happen to turn the bottom of this, and it's the Page of Swords. It's you. It's something you're going to have to learn to do because the page is at the beginning of their journey. And you could also be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. The funny thing is here we have those little, see that with the book? And it's almost like they're giving them the book. Now that little fairy right there is similar to what I saw here. But if you notice here, they're around him. So I feel like you are being given, if you take the time to sit and ignore the chatter and ignore the feeling that you need to run, control the beast, hold him back. Remember, you are capable. There is love available. You just have to sit with it and go through it. Figure it out. You can do it. So I hope this resonates with someone. Thank you very much. Please, please, please give me a like. I really appreciate it. And thank you for sticking with me. Have a wonderful day. And I hope you have a happy, healthy, safe, full moon day. Bye.